Hello, welcome back to the Smooches show. So again, we were talking about before our break, healthy being the new skinny, taking care of yourself, the right diet, even talking about how you look while you're out there exercising, making sure you look fabulous at all times. And also, before we go on to the next topic, I love what you said, how like it's important how you look because you never know who you're gonna meet. Like you never know what kind of connections you're gonna make wherever you are. So that's why like I'm one who I'm fond of. I'm not gonna have a scarf on my head when I work out, even though sometimes it may hold your hair back. I mean, there's other ways of doing things without the scarf because I feel like you never know who you might meet in the process, and you have to always be ready because again, the next connection, the next promotion, you need to be prepared at all times. So even in the midst of you being beautiful and making yourself healthy, you still have to look presentable. So that's
But
key.
if you do have to wear that scarf, call me. I could tell you how to wear it. I have you can put the bun in the front, the bun in the back, on the side. You can tie it up. You can wear a scarf.
That's
you just
good.
have to be stylish with it.
That's good. That's good. Right. I'm thinking about the regular, like the old fashioned, like bandana scarf. You just tie and tie. Like I said, there's a way
No,
that you would
not
like.
the handkerchief.
Yeah, but so there's a classy
no.
way,
There
very
are classy
fashionable
ways.
way of having your hair tied up so you don't sweat out the goods.
Right.
Keep it maintained and still look fabulous.
Yes.
I love it.
I just, real quick point. She said the hair. Ladies, do not allow your hair to be an excuse as to why you don't work out. Because you'll be sick, but you'll have a banging hairstyle, but you'll be sick, okay? So don't let the hair, and Shekinah is right. Jazz it up. Put your scarf on. Do what you need to do. But also, I'm finding when I'm out there on that track and I'm looking divified and I'm out there, I'm actually a walking billboard for really choosing to live a healthy lifestyle. And so many women say, hey, sis, we admire you out there. And they've actually talked to my personal trainer, and now they're getting personal training. We have to be an example, okay? And so when you're out there working it out, doing it, there's somebody watching you, like what Dana said. They're watching you. So every time I'm out there, I got a smile on my face. I'm working it because I want to help more people. You know what I mean? To get healthy. And the way I do it is by me doing it. I don't have to say one word. So when they see me, they say, sis, that's what's up. You've inspired me. So you could be inspiring someone.
Yes.
And I have been inspiring people,
You
including
definitely
myself.
have.
Yeah. I'm like, Dana, you doing this?
You
You're
definitely
tired,
have.
but you doing this, And again, the goal is the results. And no matter how long it takes, as long as you maintain, the results will come. So you can do it. But we were talking about last week about healthy living, stuff like that. And one aspect of that is the people that we choose to connect with, our relationships, and how that plays a part on our health. So we thought that was an important topic to make sure that we focus on, at least for today, because again, the goal was healthy is the new skinny. And health is just not your physical body. It's your mental, it's your spiritual, it all goes together. It's about being whole and complete.
Right.
So we actually have someone on our panel who has wrote a book, hint. And then on top of that, she has a section that also talks about healthy relationships. So, Shalina, would you mind sharing some about how can someone, I guess, what are the keys to looking for a healthy relationship, or how can you recognize it from a not healthy one?
Okay. Thank you so much, Dana and Shekinah, for this. Yep, and here's my book. It is called Fire Your Friends, A Woman's Guide to Becoming Her Own Best Friend. And in the book, I show you how to become your own best friend first, and then I show you how to look out into your life and to determine which relationships are healthy, which ones are toxic, which ones need to go, which ones you need to work on. So the main thing, Dana said, being healthy is about your mind, your body, and your soul. If you are in a relationship with someone, and it's not just romantic, like friendships, they're all relationship, your family members. If you're in a relationship and that relationship makes you feel bad, the person, they say things that hurt your feelings, that's not a good relationship. And I was actually in a romantic relationship with that, and it was a toxic one. And toxic is people constantly putting you down. Maybe they're sly. And I was telling someone yesterday, those are the kind of people who they shout your failures and whisper your successes. They're like, oh, she messed up. But then when you do a good job, oh yeah, did you hear about Dana? Yeah, she's getting married. Shekinah, yeah, she's doing. What you say? And it's like, no. When I do something wrong, I fall on my face. You want to tell everybody, but when I'm doing something good, mum's the word, but if they're hurting your feelings, if they're not supportive, that is the signs of a toxic relationship. And in my past relationship, it was really toxic, and my body literally became toxic. I mean, as I was saying a couple weeks ago, I became toxic. Like, because my relationship was so crappy and messed up, and I thought I had to just tolerate it, I thought this was love. I wasn't eating the right things. I wasn't drinking the right things. And as a result, my body was toxic. And by toxic, I mean I was eating a lot of acidic foods, and I just wasn't taking care of myself. And I literally had to detox. And then once I detoxed, that's when the 40 pounds came off. And then I fired him out of my life. So I'm clear. I'm no longer toxic. So if they hurt your feelings, that's a sign. It's not a healthy relationship.
Well, I want to commend you for recognizing that, because I mean it's important. People can be relationships for years, especially women, because when women love, we love hard.
And
so
not even just relationships, as far as you said, like you said, with men and women, friendships.
Absolutely,
there are lots of friendships that are toxic and do the same exact things, and they beat you down, but you feel like this is my friend.
You gotta be loyal. It's a sense of loyalty.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Right. Like I said, the goal is to have someone that supports you in every area of your life, not someone. And again, like there's nothing wrong with someone recognizing your flaws, but show me how to fix them. Like the goal is, I was talking to someone about this study earlier. You can recognize a good relationship not because they always say what you want to hear. Mm-hmm. The goal is to make you better. So if they always do things to make you push, like a trainer in your own life, the goal is to make you an asset in every way. So if they're not doing that and making you a liability somewhere, or they are the liability, then it's time to recognize this is not the right relationship for me.
I just wanted to make a point to that, because in my past relationship, he would say, well, I'm only trying to make you better. And here's the thing, though. If someone's really your friend, if they really know you, they're going to know, if you want to get to Shalina Diva, if you want to get through, be loving, be nurturing. Don't yell at me. If you yell at me, I'm going to shut down. So if you're really my friend, wouldn't you know that? Oh, I'm trying to make you better. No, you're not making me better. So a friend, it's like, well, Dana, I know with Dana, I can, if I say it through a joke, or if I pull her to the side, they know you'll receive it. But if they're just yelling, you're not a friend. And because people say, oh, I'm just trying to help you out. No, you're really not helping me out. You're just criticizing me and coming down on me, and you're trying to cover it up, Because I'm like, all these years, I don't respond well to people yelling at me. I just don't. Ever since I was a little girl. And I'm like, I don't like your brand of comforting me or helping me. You can save it, So that's true, too. They should really know you.
So once you recognize that in the friend or the mate, whoever it is that you have this toxic relationship with, do you suggest speaking to them before you fire them, or do you? I mean, what's the end? When do you say, "All right, I've had it"?
If I can share, because I've had some toxic relationships as well in my life, and I think it got to the point for me where I recognized where I started knowing my worth and my value. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't have to actually take this. Like, even though it may have been the norm, say I may have grew up hearing it, at some point I'm like, wait a minute. I'm Dana, so I began to recognize who I am, and with that, having a certain level of standards. And sometimes it all could be a matter of also miscommunication, because someone may assume that they're encouraging you, but again, it's the way you present the message could be the problem.
Exactly.
So granted,
the way she said, you speak to me, you're yelling at me.
Right.
How
So granted, maybe in his mind, he may have thought in some point, or maybe it could be either way, but at some point he could have thought that he was encouraging you. But again, you have to know your audience. So if you know your audience is a little bit more, say, sensitive in this area or responsible to this, then again, you should study that audience and then try to present it so the audience can receive it. So I've learned with communication that if by chance I'm speaking to someone and they don't understand what I'm saying, it's not their fault. It's my fault.
It's not.
Because it's my job to communicate with them. It's my job to share with them. So if by chance I don't know how to express it, then I may need to reword it, rephrase it in a way in which they can understand.
And asking, do you understand, is not saying that someone is beneath you or that they're not as educated. Do you understand is a way of saying, I may be speaking in a way that, I just need to word it another way.
Right.
Do you understand? So you can ask.
Very quickly, I just wanted to point to Dana's point. When you're in a toxic relationship, you have to wonder, why is it so hard for me to let go? Because if that person didn't mean anything to you, it's like, bye boy, bye girl. But there's usually a soul tie there, and I can talk about that later in the next couple of weeks. But also, there's some type of dependency in that relationship, whether it's financial, whether it's friendship, whether it's a shared life experience. And so before you break off that relationship, you have to replace that void, because you have to think, what will my life be like without this person? Right. You don't want to leave a relationship and then you have no plan or no anything, and then you're running back, because it's going to be worse. So if you're sleeping with someone, if it's a sex and it's good, guess what? You need to practice self-control and stop sleeping with them, because you can't build anything based upon sex. If it's money, start saving your own money. Get your own FU money. Set up your own separate account. If it's friendship, become your own best friend first, and then start building new healthy friendships. Like, if it's toxic, it's never going to be good. So look at yourself. Why can't you let this person go? And then that'll tell you a lot about yourself as well.
Wow,
exactly.
That's excellent. Okay, we'll come back in a few seconds. We have to take a break. We're being told off over here. So we shall come back in a few minutes. Thanks.